Today, primary voters in New Hampshire and Rhode Island will vote in crucial races that could change the balance of power in Congress as another vulnerable Democrat dodges when asked this question about President Biden.
Has he done a good job, do you think?
Hey, first of all, it's not my job to give him a report card. I would say, mixed reviews, on certain things. I've got issues with how Afghanistan, how our role in Afghanistan ended. On the other hand, as the chairman of the Emerging Threats and Capabilities Subcommittee in Armed Services, I've worked really hard with this administration to make sure that the Ukrainians get the weapons and weapon systems they need to be effective against the Russians.
Do you think Biden should run again for re-election in 2024?
Hey, it's not my job to decide whether or not he should run. If he runs, I'll support him.
These are pretty easy questions. House Republican Conference Chair, Congresswoman Elise Stefanik joins us right now. Congresswoman, those are easy questions. Did he do a good job? Yes or no? Should he run again? Yes or no? Not my job.
Well, they are pretty easy questions, Steve, and the answer is no. President Joe Biden is not doing a good job. And Democrats are running for the hills because they know that Joe Biden's polling is really just bottoming out. We're seeing this not only in those New England targeted seats, but really across America. We see it in my own district. But the reality is every single Democrat in the House, every Democrat incumbent has voted with Joe Biden 95% of the time. They own his failed policies, whether it's the historic inflation, whether it's the crime crisis across the country, the skyrocketing energy crisis, or the border crisis. So ultimately, voters are smart, and voters are going to hold Democrats accountable, which is why, as you look at the map this November, Steve, you have seats like in New England. You have seats that traditionally maybe had been Democrat historically, but Republicans have a once-in-a-generation opportunity to win them.
And I think the president sees the writing on the wall. Here's a quote. What he said regarding November, he said, if we lose the House and we lose the Senate, it's going to be a really difficult 2 years. I'll spend more time with the veto pen. That's an understatement that it would be 2 difficult years for not only him, but also the Democrats in Congress as well, because suddenly with the Republicans, particularly in power in the House, I know you guys want to launch investigations. You want to get some legislation done because for the last year and a half, not so much.
Well, it's been a difficult 2 years for the American people because of Joe Biden, House Democrats and Senate Democrats' single-party far-left rule. I listed all the crises. The number one issue I hear from my constituents is the cost of goods, the inflation, whether it's the grocery store, whether it's utility costs. People are suffering. So, yeah, Joe Biden does deserve a difficult 2 years because the American people have suffered through these past 2 years. We want a government that's accountable. So these investigations, whether it's making sure that we hold these officials accountable for their failure to secure the southern border, for their failure to have, again, a government that's responsive to the needs of the American people.
All right. Thank you very much, Congresswoman.
Thank you.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.